Hey everybody, welcome to Friendship Shaving. I hope you're very well today. I'm your host Mark, and today we'll be comparing the Blackland Vector, a lovely looking razor there, and we'll be putting that up against the Yaqi Rasta, and it is also called the Excalibur. So we'll see how that goes today. The soap I've got today is Mood Indigo by Mammoth Soaps, and I've lathered that up on a beautiful Elite razor brush that was given to me a while ago now by a gentleman called Scott. So here we go, we've got some of this soap on my face. I'm going to rinse my face first just to make sure that it is nice and wet. And I can tell you already that the soap is going to be slick because I've got a little bit of the lather on my face, used it as a pre-shave, and just on my fingers it is super slick. Right, let's put this on. Mood Indigo. I'd like to thank Chris Bedwell from CB Shaves for this soap. We did a little swap. One of the soaps that disagreed with me, I swapped with Chris and he sent me Mood Indigo. I've not tried a Mammoth soap before, so I was very interested to try this. And the first thing I can say, and perhaps I was influenced by the colour of the lid, but not knowing anything about it, I smelled it and it smelled purple to me. Now that is a strange thing, but it has in it black pepper, blueberry, and you definitely get a little bit of the blueberry, rum, vetiver, oud, and night sky. Mood Indigo is the name of a Duke Ellington jazz tune, and they liken it to coming out of a concert, relaxed, smelling the night sky as you wander home. Very nice. I've never been a fan of jazz myself, but maybe there are some jazz fans out there. 1930 this song, Mood Indigo, was released, so perhaps I should be shaving using this soap with a 1930s razor, but that is for another time perhaps. Lovely brush, lovely silver tip brush, a bit larger than I normally use, very nice in the hand, lovely brush. So now we'll start. We've got a blade in each, both blades are on the second use, and I'm going to start with the Blackland Vector, which is CNC machined, and this one has a satin finish, and it's a beautiful razor. It's got the thinner neck to the handle there, coming out a little bit wider, so it feels very nice, quite balanced in the hand. The balance point is about there. So yes, very nice razor. It takes a Feather Artist Club type blade, and I've got one in each, as I've said. Now this is a very nice razor to use, and the angle for me is just there. It's really nice. It's not too weighty because of the thinness of the handle. And I have to say that the fit and finish on this stainless steel razor is superb, as you would expect for a more expensive razor. Now, the Yaqi version, and this was kindly given to me by Paul, a gentleman called Paul, when he got his Vector. So after this shave, I will be giving this one away. Has the sort of cutout on the handle in a slightly different position. The balance point is about in the same place, but yeah, that's the way to hold, I find, to hold this one. But it feels a little bit awkward for me like that. I feel I should be holding it like that, but it never quite works. So now, this is machine injection molded. So there are no marks on this. It has a similar satin finish, but this one is a zinc alloy head with a brass coated handle, and it has a satin finish on it. And I would say that on first pass, the cheaper razor is quite nice. Not too different from this one, not too different from the Vector. Guys, they really are quite close. I would say that the Vector for me is just very slightly smoother, particularly when it first grabs those hairs, but they are close. I have used the Yaqi or Yaqi version on the channel before. It is a very nice razor indeed. So it's very interesting for me to put it up against a much more expensive razor. Because the Blackland razor retails at $270 to $220. This one is about $220. No, I think the machined version is $220. The polished one is a little bit more expensive, and this one, the Excalibur, is about £26, which is about $32 or thereabouts, I believe. So at the moment, so quite a difference between them in price. And there certainly is a difference between them in fit. The expensive razor, the Vector, fits together beautifully. It really is really lovely. It fits together superbly. There's no movement in anything. And while this all fits together quite well, there's a little bit of movement, and it's a good razor, but it's not near the quality of this one. Nevertheless, it does still provide a good shave for a much more reasonable price. And certainly on that first pass, if I didn't know, I couldn't say there was, I couldn't necessarily say that there was a $250 difference in price between them, if you know what I mean. God, I'm getting tons of blueberry. And it just eases off into that rum and a bit of a nice soap this is. Chris, thank you very much. A bit unusual to have a blueberry soap. I liked the smell when I first smelled the soap. I couldn't work out it was blueberry. It smelled purple. What can I say? A little bit fruity, very nice. Now here we are, second pass. Now both razors are rated by their own companies as being a medium aggressive, rated at 6 to 7 out of 10. On the second pass now with the Vector, I'm getting no blade feel. Maybe just a little bit as I moved the angle of the head there. It's a very small I think a very small change makes a big difference. Yeah, I've got a little bit of blade feel around the corner of my mouth, but quite minimal. But the slightest of tilts loses that altogether. Very nice. Very, very nice. And the Excalibur, I'm going to just call it the Excalibur. The Excalibur do you know what, guys? It feels very much the same. There's next to no blade feel on this. For me, the Excalibur is just sort of sitting at the right angle, just a little bit easier than the Vector. But again, there's that slight bit of movement makes a difference. It is only very slight. They're both very nice razors, guys. There's not too much between them at all. I'm using cold water today, and it is a very cold day today where I am. Gas prices have really shot up. I'm sure it's the same where you are, but in this house my mum and I are trying not to have the heating on until it gets really cold. My mum is elderly, so she does really feel the cold, but she's doing very well. We're trying to keep the heating off, and of course we've discovered that rather than having the boiler on and heating a whole tank of hot water just for the two of us, for something like washing up a couple of dishes at lunchtime, just boiling, we have a small kettle, and boiling a small kettle is quite sufficient. So apart from showers, we are both using cold water for our ablutions. And it's okay actually, you get used to it. You certainly do get used to it. Normally I would have been using warmish water, not hot water. But yeah, you get used to the cold very easily. Beautiful brush this, look at this, beautiful. Look at the colour on it in the light. It's stunning, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Beautiful brush. Now, third pass, here we go. Guys, I've been really enjoying the comparison shaves that I've been doing, and I know some of you have really been getting into these as well. Been an absolute pleasure to do. Now, what I like about the Vector is the positioning of this groove here, particularly going against the grain. It just fits my fingers really, really nicely there. And somehow, when I go against the grain, the angle is just perfect. You know, it's a shame, perhaps I could shave like that and get the perfect angle. It is just spot on, it's brilliant. Going against the grain, there is a little bit of blade fill, it's maybe about 3 or something like that. It's not excessive at all. I've been very gentle going over my awkward spots there. I won't go over that anymore. Very nice, guys. Beautiful in the hand, the Vector. It really, really is. Now, by comparison, that little groove or cutout, let's call it a cutout, that little cutout doesn't quite work so well on the Yaqi razor. I feel it wants to be up here where my fingers are more. But despite that, it also hits just the right angle for me going against the grain. Again, there is a touch of blade fill, round about the same. Now just wet the blade there. Do you know what? It makes such a difference when you're shaving. You keep dipping your blade in your water. It really, I think we have this habit, don't we? Or perhaps I say we. I have this habit. I've got soap on my face. The goal is to shave off the soap, isn't it? And perhaps sometimes I go too far when really I should be just dipping my blade every other stroke, because it made a heck of a difference to the slickness. Gonna do it now, keep dipping my blade. Guys, it does make a difference. Very nice. Very nice razor, the Vector. Perhaps there with my thumb. Now, it doesn't quite feel it feels comfortable. It doesn't feel quite as right in the hand as the Vector does. My soap was just disappearing there a little bit towards the end, wasn't it? And there we are, there is my shave. How have they fared? Well, we shall see. I'll just drain a drop of water. Now, there we are. Now, guys, I tell you, there's hardly any difference between them at all. A very, very, very good shave on BBS. Oh, I am on BBS. I missed a little touch there, but I got it on that side. So let's just go. There we are. Apart from my awkward bits, never really get BBS there, but everywhere else, both razors. BBS, guys, what a shave. What a shave. So really, that's better. I won't talk into the towel. Really, for the large difference in price, there is not a great difference in performance. Obviously, you are getting the stainless steel model with the Vector. It is CNC machined. It fits together perfectly, and it is very nicely balanced. By comparison, for a very small amount of money, you're getting a machine injection molded razor, so the fit is not quite so good, but when it's all clamped together, it works very, very nicely indeed. The thing that lets the Excalibur down for me is the handle. It just doesn't feel as comfortable or as nice in the hand as the Vector handle, which has It's a little bit wider at the bottom end of the handle rather than having the straight up and down. So that one is the winner for me. But in terms of the shave, no difference at all. Now I'm going to have a giveaway because, as I said, the Yaqi Excalibur, and I believe this is a version 2, was kindly given to me by Paul Speller. Really nice fella, and I'll put the link to Paul's channel down below. As I say, he passed this on to me when he got his Vector. I've got my Vector now, which came from my friend Sven. So I will pass this one on to whoever would like it. So if you would like to write in the comments, just write Excalibur, but you have to spell it correctly. There's the challenge. And in a week or so, we'll have the draw, and I'll announce the winner and send that off to you wherever you are in the world. Guys, it's a really nice razor to shave with. Don't let the difference in the handle put you off. If you've never tried something like this before and you would like to, now's your chance. They both have this sort of slimline, minimal head to them. They're very nice for getting, under the nose. Both very nice razors, guys. So that is the giveaway. It will be cleaned up. It will be immaculate when you get it. Now I don't think I have any spare blades to put in, because I think when I used my last one, I've maybe got one left in there. I will have a look. If I have any more, I will put some in, but I don't think I have. So this might be just the razor this time. Now, for my aftershave, actually I'm going to use a balm, and I'm going to use Proraso White to add a little bit of very light appley scent to what is now dying down a little bit, but to the fruity blueberry. Very nice soap, that Mammoth soap. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Very nice scent to it indeed. A little bit unusual. A little bit unusual, and it wasn't until I read I'm very good at this. It wasn't until I read the ingredients that I thought, oh yeah, it's blueberry. But very, very nice nonetheless. So I hope you've enjoyed my shave this Monday. Thank you very much for being a part of it, and I will see you on Friday. Take care now.